Toet, your TV host for Your Hidden Love Story. I want you to keep your mindset on the higher vibrational mindset so you can keep living your life and going on this beautiful journey you got. I can't live here without you. We need all of you. You're all here. You have all a special reason, a special purpose, and nobody can do it just like you. Hello everyone, this is Cynthia Toet, your TV host for Your Hidden Love Story. We're on episode 2086. I'm actually starting a little mini-series all the way up through Halloween for sure, and it is about mending your broken heart. And tonight's episode is going to be why does my heart still hurt? And we're going to be facing the truth, finding out the truth. And you guys, you know why I go live on this channel. The reason why I go live is I do believe we are all misled and misguided by our emotional selves, and that we're going to a lower vibrational energy as our go-to vibration. So what do I mean by that? Our go-to vibration is out of fear, doubt, insecurity, not whole enough, not complete enough, feeling like you got to prove yourself out there to the world or to one individual. And it's really important for us to flip that narrative of the story around, because that story actually stops you, puts the brakes on, doesn't give you any growth, doesn't give you no momentum. No, it stops you. It stops you from living. My goal here is to flip the emotional story around to a higher vibrational story, one from love and above, laughter, play, joy, happiness, peace, and harmony, passion, desire. Come on, baby, let's get this show rolling and let's get your life going. Woo, 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 woo. And that's where I want to help you guys change your energy flow. So we're going to that as our go-to vibration. Woo, woo. And yeah, the color change. Ooh, I'm so happy to see that. Molly. All right, anyhow, I got a long show. I got to keep myself on track here today. So let's see. First thing we need to do when we're talking about this healing in the broken heart, we need to really find that awareness, give ourselves awareness to the clarity. It's really important for us to name that broken heart. To be awareness creates clarity. When you name the hurt, you take the pain out of the shadows. Instead of letting it swirl around as if it's overwhelming the storm of emotions, you actually identify it. Saying, I am hurt because I felt abandoned, or I am grieving the loss of trust, gives the wound a clear shape. You can't heal what you cannot see, so it's important for us to figure out where the wound is coming from. Validation of your experience. By naming it, it validates your feelings. Many people try to push away or minimize it. They don't want to feel it. They try to push that feeling away. But healing begins when you admit to yourself, yes, I was hurt. I am hurt. The pain is real. That acknowledges that it is an act of self-love because you honor the emotion that is truth instead of denying it. Taking your power back. When you identify the hurt, you shift from being powerless in the pain of bringing power. Well, I'm going to start that again. When you identify the hurt, I got a tickle in my throat. So you shift the, being powerless in pain to being an observer of it. It is no longer running the inner world unchecked. It becomes something that you can work with, something you can transform, and eventually release. Naming is the first step towards reclaiming your own emotional power. Separating the hurt from your identity. Without naming the hurt, the pain can feel like you are in pain. But once you label it, this is the heartbreak, this is betrayal, this is loss, it becomes something you're experiencing, not something you are. The separation opens the door for healing and rebuilding. Creating the foundation for a healing journey. Naming the hurt is like laying the first brick down. It sets the foundation. You know, we need that strong foundation so we can build from. So that's what we're doing. We're naming the hurt so we can lay down that foundation for our next step. So we can be releasing it, forgiving it, and reclaiming your story and opening your heart space back up again. It is the first courageous act that allows all other healing to flow through. If your heart still aches, you are not broken. You're human. Pain that stays unspoken stays unhealed, but when you give your hurt a name, you give yourself the power to face it, honor it, and transform it into love. And I'm going to put this here in the chat. For those that are watching the chat, I just feel like these are like affirmations you guys could tell yourself. Okay. The next part we're going to talk about is the lingering act of that heartache. A heartache can leave invisible bruises. They don't fade quickly. What is a heartache and the invisible bruise? Well, emotional over physical. A heartbreak doesn't leave a cast on your arm. It doesn't leave scars that other people can see. No, it leaves a mark on the inside, in your heart and in your mind. These are invisible bruises. The grief, the self-doubt, the sleepless nights, and the heavy ache that no one else may recognize. The hurt, unlike physical bruises that fades in a week or two, emotional bruises can linger for months and even years if we do not address it. Someone can look completely fine on the outside while silently carrying the pain of rejection, betrayal, or loss on the inside. Triggers and spots. Just like real bruises, the hurt when touched, these invisible bruises are sensitive to emotional triggers. A song, a place, a phrase, a thing can suddenly bring back the wave of grief. Until healed, the bruise keeps getting poked at and reminding us that that wound is still there. Why it matters? Talking about the bruises violates the heartbreak is not just in your head. It's real. It impacts your emotional, mental, and even physical health, and it deserves compassionate attention. What's the difference between time healing wounds versus constantly naming the wound, consciously naming the wound? We're going to talk about that. Time versus conscious naming. The myth of time heals all wounds. People often say, just give it time. But time alone doesn't automatically heal a heartbreak. Left unattended, wounds can fester. And instead of healing, they can turn into bitterness, mistrust, and emotional numbness. Time as a container. Time creates distance, yes, It softens the intensity of the emotion. But what do you do with that time that determines whether you truly heal or not? The power of conscious naming. When you name the wound, you step into conscious healing. Naming it turns pain into something specific, like I feel abandoned. I lost trust. I missed the future I thought I was going to have. This gives you clarity and allows the process of feeling and releasing them, and even rewriting your story from a place of love instead of from a place from pain. Healing with intention versus waiting. Time alone equals scar tissues that may still ache. Time plus conscious naming and transformation, the wound becomes wisdom, the pain becomes power. For example, we cannot heal when we refuse to name. Time might dull the ache, but it does not dissolve the bruise. Healing truly begins when you name what you hurt. That's when you stop waiting for the pain to fade and you start actively turning this pain into peace. Facing the truth. The importance of looking honestly at this pain without any judgment. It starts to set you free. Healing starts with honesty. When we look directly at the pain and say, yes, this is what I am feeling. You're no longer hiding from it. You give yourself permission to be real. Compassion over criticism. Many people add another layer of hurt by judging themselves. I should be over this by now. I'm weak for still caring. But judgment actually blocks healing. Instead, when you witness the pain with compassion, like a friend sitting beside you, you create a safe place for your heart to mend. Bring in awareness. Awareness brings choice. Honest acknowledgement reveals what's underneath. Rather, it's rejection, betrayal, abandonment, or loss. Once you name it clearly, without judgment, you can begin to choose a new response instead of consciously repeating the old cycle. How denial, avoidance, and numbing keeps people stuck? Well, denial is pretending that the pain doesn't exist, may feel safer at first, but when we deny it, we eventually show up, and it shows up in other ways, like with anger outbursts, unhealthy attachments, or sudden breakdowns. Avoidance is like distraction. It's distracting yourself with busyness, overworking, and jumping into another relationship too soon may delay the pain because it doesn't erase it. It is just putting a band-aid on it without cleaning the wound, and then the infection spreads. Numbing it. Using substance, overeating, scrolling endlessly, or shutting down emotionally might dull the ache temporarily, but it also numbs joy, love, and hope. When you numb one emotion, you numb them all. Why? Why it keeps you stuck? Well, denial, avoidance, and numbing you keep in survival mode rather than growth mode. And you know this channel is all about growing. They stop you from moving forward and leaving the wound unhealed and the invisible bruise it's tender for years to come. Truth brings freedom, not more pain. So looking at the pain honestly without judgment is an act of courage. It doesn't make it hurt worse. It actually gives you the hurt a voice, so it no longer has to scream through denial, avoidance, and numbing. The moment you stop running from it, it is the moment that you start walking forward with freedom. Emotionally flip your guys' story. You know, I'm all about flipping the emotional story around. It's my signature phrase, flipping your emotional story around to better. Instead of focusing on where you thought you should be, this is mine, this is mine, this is how I will, this is my story, I'm going to give it to you. Instead of focusing on where I thought I should be, or rather it's in my home, my job, or my relationships, I choose to see what I do have right now, what is working for me right now in my home, what is working for me right now with my job, what is working for me right now with my relationship, even if that relationship is with myself. And I do that with gratitude and love. This actually shifts. It helps shifts me out of the painful story of what's missing, how I didn't get it, how that never happened. It takes that painful story away and it replaces it with a loving story what is already here. So I'm living in the present moment without the suffering. From not enough to thank you for what is. That's how I flip my story. Yeah, I put this one in the chat too. We do have to be thankful and grateful for where we're at, what's going on in our present moment, because all we have is the now anyhow. And also, I also stop telling myself the story that I lack, and I start telling myself the story of what I love. I'm not talking about what I don't have, because the more I talk about what I don't have, the more it brings me down, the more it brings me under, the more I don't want to do anything. I won't operate. But if I actually focus on what I love and what I have, it gives me momentum. It gives me peace. It gives me harmony. So that's our choice. We have a choice. Do we want to live in pain and suffering, or do we want to live in the energy of love and above? You guys, I did write a book. It is called Flipping Your Emotional Story Around to Better. It is over there on Amazon as an e-copy and a hard copy. It's actually talking about how we got stuck in this lower vibrational energy and what do we need to do to come out of it. So I'll be going to show you the commercial. I'll be right back to continue on the show. So stick around. And it's commercial break time. And what's she going to talk about on her commercial? Yeah, what's she going to talk about? She's going to talk about, did you know that Cynthia Toet, she's an author. She wrote a book this year called Flipping Your Emotional Story Around to Better. Yes, that's the book that she wrote, and it is on Amazon. It is an ebook and a hard copy, whichever you prefer. Go over there right now and grab your copy right now to see what it's going to take to flip your emotional story around to better. Okay, back to the show now. And she's back. Next, I'm going to give you guys some tools and tips and practices that we can utilize to help ourselves through our heart space, mending our hearts or healing our hearts, to get you guys in the movement. And one of them is journaling. But when you're doing the journaling, you want to, the prompt is my heart still hurts because, and then you do the editing. You know, that's just where you want to start the journaling, is my heart still hurts because. I'd love to do that, Molly. I need to get my own books too. I don't have any. I just have my one, and that's the one I use for my show right now. So I would love to do that for you, though, Molly. I'll work on that maybe I'll say by the end of the year. I plan on getting some books so I can get some out for you guys, where I can sign and send them out to you when you want to purchase them through me. Okay. All right, journaling prompt. Okay, we got that. And a gentle self-talk. It's okay to hurt. My hurt does not define me. Okay, it's okay for you guys to hurt. your hurt doesn't define you. What is important is to identify it. And breath work or grounding for a moment. You know, I love the breath work because, you know, when something comes like, I take that deep breath in, I blow it out. I take it in, I blow it out. I probably don't do it to the extent that other people do, but, you know, you guys can check in some breath work. Ho'oponopono prayer, I'm telling you, it does reinforce the forgiveness and letting go of old wounds. And emotional freedom tapping also helps clear the emotional charge that keeps us bruised and tendered. And you know, if you want to know more about some of these tips and tricks and tools or practices, please go over to my Gypsy's toolbox and check it out. I have I think it's about 17 different things you can check in. In fact, if you're right here right now on the show, you can grab it. It's in the chat. You can grab it from there. And I forgot to put it in my description. As long as I remember to put it in later, I will put it in. Let me see. Put link to Gypsy's toolbox in description. Okay. And then I also do have a little bit of tarot here. The tarot is actually it's a tarot layout for this show. Is what does my heart still hurt? Why does my heart still hurt? And why? And so we can face the truth. So the name of the tarot spread is The Truth of My Heart. Okay. And the first position of the cards that came out, the first position is the lingering hurt. And the question is, why, what wound is my heart still carrying? And your wound, the heart is still carrying some pain, some suffering, some tears, some betrayal, some belittlement, see how upset she is, you know, and it's really affecting your foundation, and you're holding on to it because it took so long to build that foundation or whatever it was, and then all of a sudden it's not there, and it took a long time to build your foundation, and when it got pulled out from underneath you, you know, this is the energy we went into. The next card represents the hidden truth. What truth do you need to focus on to begin healing? The truth is you guys do have all the tools. How do I know that? I just gave you the Gypsy's toolbox. All the tools are in there, plus this show, which I'm going to be running. This is the first one. I'm running all the way through Halloween, okay? Yeah, because we got a trick going on. And the hidden truth is, what truth do you need to be facing? Is that you guys do have all the tools to start healing, to help healing your heart space, okay? What is the block? That's what the next card represents. What is preventing you from releasing this pain? What's preventing you from releasing this pain is there's still more self-love work that you guys need to do. Like what's in the Gypsy's toolbox. You need to go over there and listen to it, apply it. Not just listen to it, apply some of the tips and tricks and tools that I'm teaching you guys on this channel. So, and why it's important, because it's blocking your passion. That heartache in your space is actually blocking your passion. So we need to do that self-love work. The lesson is what the next position represents. What am I meant to learn from this heartbreak? You're meant to learn that best version of you, who you really are. What is that passionate self? Who is that beauty within? What is it that your soul is craving to do? That is the lesson. Then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The gift, what hidden blessings is waiting that you face? Oh, I see what it is. Well, what's hidden blessings that you're going to face right now, you guys are all stuck in your head from all those lower vibrational feelings, those thoughts where you can't see the truth of what your heart needs. And those thoughts, they come and they stab us in the back. Okay? But the gift that's hiding, what is the blessing, is you're filling up all your cups with love. Every cup with love, no matter what's happened in your past, that you fill each cup up with love so you can live in the present moment, in the now, okay? And then the last position is the first step forward. How can I start mending my broken heart right now? Besides going to doing the work that I'm telling you to going to the Gypsy's toolbox, doing the work of looking within, because your secrets lie within by doing this work. It is self-love work, and learning how to invest time and energy into yourself so it makes you stronger, okay? Remember, you guys, after I get done here, I do have my after tarot show. It's revealing your hidden love story. It's an after show. And there I do some live tarot for you personally after I get done with collective reading. So remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell. And just in the beginning of mentioning your broken heart, this is just the beginning of mending your broken heart, excuse me. Okay? All right, let's see. Yeah, I do go live every Monday. I think I put it a little bit. Yeah, that could be right. I might have said it about 10:20 tonight, but I could still be there at 10:15. Anytime from 10:15 on, you guys. That's just the way it works. All right, I love each and every one of you. Really take care of your heart space. Do the work, not for me. Do it for you. You know, it is worth your time and your energy and your life to raise your vibration to a higher vibration so you can be living a happier life, the life that you're really meant to live. Not this one that's creating us aches and pains and suffering, but this one of joy and peace and harmony. All right, thank you for coming and watching Your Hidden Love Story, episode 2086, Mending Your Broken Heart. Why does your heart still hurt? Till next time, I love each and every one of you. Bye-bye.